The general topic of today's PowerPoint consists of the article I chose from the textbook, which is Sensation and Perception, specifically the subject of the influences of attitudes, beliefs, and label information on perceptions of reduced fat spread. What that means is, does numerical information of sugar content influence healthiness and taste experiences throughout the whole process? The authors that wrote this article and explained the procedure and experiment are Simona Hasova and Andrei Florak, and that's the reference I got out of the Psychology A&M textbook. The article introduction starts off discussing, does reduced sugar content affect taste expectations? The author studied quantitative information about food sugar content that is usually depicted on food packages and influences customers in a certain way. And an easy example, which is you go to Whole Foods and you find a bar. On that bar, it says organic or clinically proven or something like loss of sugar. People tend to buy that more than something which just has its nutritional value without those bold words. The hypothesis of this article is that the authors assume that the sugar content presented as a numerical value in grams per 100 grams of the product's weight has influence on both healthiness and taste expectations, which means if something that says 200 grams of sugar, people are influenced not to buy that because they think that the taste expectations goes up, the healthiness goes down. Keeping it a standard 100 grams, it keeps it flatline with the healthiness and tastiness expectations for the consumer. The methods of experimenting their hypothesis was that they brought 15 products into two separate rating blocks, followed by a block where participants rated the attractiveness of the product's appearance. That's very crucial because when consumers are not appealed or pleased with the product's appearance, they tend to shy away from the product. They had a reference point on product evaluations, and they randomized the order in which the healthiness and tastiness expectations were measured. They asked participants how tasty they estimated the presented products would be on a vertical scale starting from 1 to 10, 1 not all tasty, 10 to very tasty. They also judged how healthy do you estimate the presented product to be. Obviously, products that are less appealing tend to be more healthier. That is the standard consensus in this world. After the assessment of tastiness and healthiness of the products, participants rated the attractiveness of the product appearance, answering the question, how attractive do you find the package design, and how would you respond with the number of appraised stars ranging from 1 star, saying it's not attractive, to 7, which is obviously the most attractive. The results of the experiment came as followed. The significant effects of the manipulated level of sugar on the general product evaluations indicated that products with lower sugar level had overall the highest product evaluations. So these numbers, to break it down in a very easier way, was the standard deviation, the median, and basically it broke it down to low, original, and high. The main effects of the evaluation indicated that the evaluations of product tastiness were generally higher than the evaluation of healthiness, which is an obvious thing these days where people tend to go for taste than the overall health of a product. The observed effects of the sugar level evaluation type and their interaction with predicting product evaluations did not change in significance after they controlled the product attractiveness in order of the healthiness and tastiness assessment. The conclusion of the experiment states as the results were consistent with the hypothesis that the manipulated sugar levels of real food products will influence the healthiness judgments to a larger extent than the tastiness judgments. It showed that when participants had to choose healthier products, they always chose a product with less sugar and better labeling, which is a very easy classic tactic these days, also known as pathos. They observed the effects of the sugar level and based their decision on the analysis of attractiveness and order of healthiness. So the ad that I chose today, which I saw at a local grocery store, and actually also on TV, which they were promoting, states that the ad states that everything you want from a candy bar and most of what you want from a head of cabbage. That kind of plays a role into the article that we read today in terms of consumers are going to choose a product in terms of packaging and sugar level content. In the ad itself, it states that there are 23 vitamins in the bar and it consists of their secret recipe, which is called Balanced Gold. In the paragraph below the bar in the fine letters, all the nutritional facts are labeled, which enhances customers to purchase the specific Nutrigrain bar. The analysis of the ad clearly shows that the ad appears to be convincing customers that it has the taste of a candy bar, but the benefits of a head of a cabbage, which can be quite appealing to normal day consumers. In the bottom of the ad, in very fine letters, there's a series of nutritional facts which can be misleading to an extent, but for the average customer, it can sound very appealing. The ads does a good job appealing to the everyday customer by explaining to them the benefits very faintly, which can trick the average customers, but at the same time inform the customers what they are putting inside their body. If I had to do any changes, one significant change I would do is I would try bolding nutritional facts and seeing if that played an effect on the purchases of the bar. I believe it put more fancy words. It signifies and persuades more people to invest in the product in terms of people are tend to buy more products when they see flashier product labeling, and they tend to buy stuff which sounds more appealing, such as organic or sugar free. So I would try throwing those words in order to appeal to the normal day consumer. I would like to thank y'all for listening to my Core 1 presentation. Hopefully y'all learned something about sensation perception and how people choose to buy their products in terms of sugar levels and appearance. And hopefully this can help you dictate your future purchases in the health field.